All right, so today we are going to go over this lesson I've been putting together for a little bit. It's called You're Not Mad Enough. This lesson is going to be called You're Not Mad Enough. If you were truly sick of something, you would change it. Literally, you would, if you're really tired of it, you're going to change the situation, you're going to change the atmosphere, you're going to change what might be hindering you. You're going to change whatever you are upset with, whatever is not getting the job done. So, one of the biggest problems that we have is we get comfort, or we find comfort or get comfortable inside of our suffering. And with that being said, we stay in it. When you get comfortable, you say, "No, I'm going to stay right here. I'm not going to change anything." You might complain at the very beginning, and then you'll say, "You know what? I'm used to it. It's not that bad. I might as well quit trying to fight it." So this lesson is going to be called "You're Not Mad Enough." Uh, they or we complain. They or we vent. They or we cry. They or we blame. We do the whole finger pointing thing. It's this guy's fault. It's this guy's fault. Nobody says it's my fault. They or we never move differently. So the thing is, we're not mad enough to change whatever the object. What was it? Is that you? Oh, we're not mad enough to change the situation, the things that we need to be growing or learning or changing from. Um, Pain does not always basically create change. Sometimes pain just creates more complaints. You have people who say, we got a jot form, or we got a section in the back or in the bathroom or something, to where if you got a complaint about something, take the piece of paper or scan this QR code and write your complaint in and drop it in the box. And people will take the complaints and they just either stack up, or they read them and they toss them to the side. But always wondering, how come our people are upset? How come our people always have something they got to say? Or how come we always have something to say about something that we're complaining about, but never really look at ourselves? And then when the information is there in front of you and the truth comes out, you find some kind of excuse. You say, "Oh, I can deal with it." Then you wasn't mad enough to change the situation. You get comfortable with it. Real change happens when basically when the pain becomes greater than the pleasure, instead of staying in the same boat. When that pain comes too great, something has to happen. Sometimes I think about the woman in the woman in travail. I'm talking to some of the sisters. I'm talking to y'all in here now. When y'all have y'all children, like the pain starts out very lightly, suddenly, right? Just but it graduates and it gets harder, 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 and harder. And then y'all get that one pain where it's just like, "Oh, hell no, I can't take this."
Right.
And it gets to that, what do you call it, the breaking point. At that breaking point, something has to happen. Normally, what, sisters, the ones who are experienced, at the breaking point, normally what happens at that breaking point? You what? Because something has to what? Change. Something has to change. You start pushing, I got to get this sugar honey iced tea out. I got to change. So you start pushing. It's time to push. It's time to get whatever I am fed up with or whatever is bringing me that pain. It's time for me to change and push it out. So again, this lesson is called You're Not Mad Enough. You say you're tired, but still tolerate what destroys you. You still feed what hurts you. You still protect what's enslaving you. You still return to what humiliates you. If somebody is truly fed up, eventually they're going to move differently. You're not going to stay the same. You're not going to keep yourself in that same situation. Everybody says they're tired of sin. Everybody says they're tired of corruption. They're tired of being overweight. They're tired of fake people. I hear that a lot. I'm tired of fake people. They're tired of wicked leadership, tired of wicked friendship, fake friendship. I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of struggling with bills. Amen. But for some reason, you still in the same spot because nobody's making any kind of change. For some reason, like Edom, I can't stand Edom, but Edom be having a point sometimes. Where they on those commercials, they say for $1 a day. For 50 cents, you can feed 12 children for 50 cents. But at least they're starting somewhere, right? Now, we sitting here looking at like, man, they ain't even gonna buy a piece of bread. But on the real, at least they're starting somewhere. But with us as Israel, as Jake, we just see our mess and we just say, man, I'm cool with this. I can be cool with this. I can be cool with government taking extra out of my check. I can be cool with all the fake friendships that I'm in. I'll just hold my head down and whatever. I'm okay with being overweight and having what do you call it, high cholesterol and what's the thing for the blood hypertension. That's it. Yeah, I'm okay with hypertension. All of my family had it. It's in my family, so you know I just go with the flow. None of us is tired. If you really trying to live, like when I came out of the hospital, the doctor said, "Hey, you are 2 steps away from dying. Literally 2 physical steps from dying." I had to change my whole style of eating. Everything that I was eating, I had to change it. I love when I came over here. Sis was like, you can't drink this. This is going to aid your MS. Like, come on, sis. If you're really tired of it, we're going to take counsel. We're going to listen, and we're going to make things happen so we can change it. But if we keep returning to the same thing, maybe we're not tired enough, right? Maybe we are not tired. Maybe we haven't had enough whips on our backs yet. Maybe the Most High hasn't hit us hard enough yet for us to get the point. Because when a person becomes truly angry at something or at destructions, we stop feeding what is the problem. And that's going to make us strong. So the very first one, I know we in here, let's go to Proverbs 26 in verse 11.
Proverbs 26:11. As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly.
So as a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly. Here's the point. You hate it, but you went back to it. It was disgusting. We all put the grossed out face, but for some reason, we inched our way back to it. Meaning you truly wasn't disgusted with it. Meaning truly it wasn't disgusting enough for you to turn away from it. You hated it, but you went back. That's what it's saying in Proverbs 26, verse 11.
That love and hate.
That love and hate. Love and hate. The only hate you should have is that the thing that brought you into discipline. You know what I mean? Of us being dealt with. That should be the only thing that you hate. Most High says he hates when a woman cross dresses and start wearing pants, and the man wears a dress. He said that's disgusting to him. But nowhere in the scriptures you see where he's saying, "Oh, well, for this situation, this will be okay." You don't see that. You don't see that at all. Not one inkling. Hopefully, hey, Miss Dictionary, is that the right word to use? Inkling? Inkling? Not one inkling of that's okay. If he says he hates it, he hates it.
Right.
Which means we should hate it too. We should hate everything that the Most High hates. The thing is for some form reason, we are comfortable with the things that the Most High hates. We are comfortable with the things that we struggle with. We are comfortable with the things that hold us away or keep us away from reaching the main goal. Now, everybody in here, our main goal should be getting the kingdom. I mean, it's just called New Kingdom Rider. The main goal should be everybody getting the kingdom. So with us getting the kingdom or trying to get the kingdom, the Most High had already mapped out everything on how we should get the kingdom, right? So let's go to Sirach. Where am I at? Sirach 21, verse 1.
Sirach 21:1. My son, hast thou sinned? Do so no more, but ask pardon for thy former sins.
So, my son, has thou sinned? Here's the key part, and I always say this, I teach this heavily in my household. Heavily. I teach it heavily. Do is one of the strongest words in the Bible. It's 2 letters, but those 2 letters build one of the most powerful words in the Bible. It's an action word. And right here is saying, do so no more. So, hey, you sin, don't do it again. Do not ever do it again. But ask pardon for thy former sins. Do not. It's not saying it's okay or an inch away from it or ease away from it. It's saying, nah, don't do it again. When you heard Christ healing folks, and he's healing folks left and right, what was the main thing he told them to do? What does that say? Sin no more. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. The lady, when I guess got caught in adultery, and he wrote what he wrote in the ground. They were ready to throw down and everything like that. And the lady, I mean, he wrote everything down. And then the thing is when everybody turned away and it was just her and Christ, Christ said, all right, hey, y'all give me that rock. 'Cause I ain't got no, he didn't do that. He said something to her. What did he say to her?
Sin no more.
Sin no more. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. It's very simple. It's very direct. It's very powerful. It's saying to not repeat that action. You go to my refrigerator after I told you to stay out of my refrigerator. You go to the refrigerator. You get caught. All the evidence is on you. You had that banana, or what did we put in the refrigerator? I don't know. Cake, something. You got the crumbs all on you and stuff like that. You can't sneak in back in the day where we had that old plastic. You remember the old plastic thing that the cakes used to sit in, and you gotta wrestle with it. You can't sneak in with that one. Well, it might be something left out in the refrigerator, but you get caught. And Christ will say, hey, I know you were in that refrigerator. I saw you. He's saying, don't ever go in that refrigerator again. After that, there's going to be some judgment. After the warning comes what? Judgment. So he's not excusing it. He's like, all right, I'm going to show you a little mercy right here, but don't let it happen again. That's what he's saying. He's not normalizing it. He's not, which I call this Trumpifying it. Because you know how Trump will say something, he will break every kind of law in the book. And then he'll do it so often, it just becomes, oh, that's just Trump being Trump. It's normal. It's normal. He'll do so much illegal crap. It's normal. He'll do it in your face. It's getting to the point where I'm just going to break the law and steal all the money in front of you. And now everybody, remember what we watched on Aaron? It went from breaking news, Trump did this, breaking news every freaking day. Now Aaron gets on, he's like, come look at this shit. That's what he said.
Breaking news right now, the FBI is now raiding the offices of... We have breaking news at this hour. The United States Supreme Court has temporarily restored access to mifepristone. The breaking news this morning, a man in Switzerland has tested positive. Breaking news, not only was Donald Trump booed relentlessly inside... Breaking news right now, 4 Republicans have broken from President Trump. Wait till you hear this shit. Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State. Wait till you hear this shit. Donald Trump is using super glue to decorate the Oval Office. Wait till you hear this shit. FIFA is about to allow Donald Trump to break protocol. Wait until you hear this shit. Donald Trump's election security SAR.
Anyway, if you're tired of something, you're going to do something about it. You're going to do more. All right? This is part 1. People love to complain more than they love to change. People love to complain more than they love to change. All right. Some people enjoy talking about all their problems. They got a problem about this. They got a problem about that. They love talking about it. Hey, come to the table. Come sit around me. Let me tell you about what I'm going through. What happened over here? Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? This is what's going on in my life. I did this. I did that. But never at the end of the conversation comes up with, how can we solve it? Let's get to the root of the situation and try to fix that, right? Proverbs 14 and 23. Let's read that really quick.
Proverbs 14 and 23. In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tendeth only to puny.
So, but the talk of the lips tendeth only to puny. Meaning, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. It's easier to say something than do something about it. The easy way is I can talk about how I got diabetes, how I got high blood pressure, how I got fired from my job, how I did so-and-so and lost all the money to this. I was at the casinos and I lost all. I could talk about the casino took all this and then they had the nerve to charge me for parking. And it's for $130 parking a day. And then it costs 30 something, whatever, just to get on the boat. We could talk about all the problems and complain about it, but you're losing money. Did you have to go to the casino? Right. but yet you're supposed to be saving. Did you really have to eat that last bit of cake? No. Well, there's your problem right there. You kept eating. There's your diabetes right there. Did you have to put so much salt on it? Now, if you were eating from a Edomite shop, yeah, you have to put. They don't see.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh my God! Look, I'm gonna tell you a quick story, man. But before it come way before coming to church, everybody know I used to be married to an Edomite, and she called. just moved to Chicago, and we had everything. But she was like, "I'm gonna make you a big dinner. It's gonna be like how your mom cooked and everything like that." And she made some chicken. Oh Lord! She calls it. It looked interesting. It looked decent. You know what I mean? But we just like last night. We liked that a little bit of black and stuff on there, but there was no black marks. There was no nothing. The crunch didn't crunch. But so I took a bite of it, and I was like, oh, wow. You know what I mean? And she's looking at me with her eyes like, yeah, what do you think? What do you think? So you cooked this, huh? And that's pretty much. And then I was like, it's not working. It's not working. And I was like, I remember there, when moving over here, literally a block away, there was a chicken place. I ain't gonna say what the chicken place is because for some reason that chicken place start fights and stuff like that. But that chicken place was literally on the corner of our street. You could walk there and stuff like that. Either way, we went there and got chicken. Like potatoes was somewhat okay. That chicken stayed on the stove until the next day, and then it went to the trash. I ain't messing with that. Anyway, so yeah, you gotta put a little bit of salt on some of that stuff. I ain't trying to go. Anyway, cutery. Being very poor or not having enough. Talk is cheap. This is what the scripture is literally saying. Talk is cheap. Your child says, all right, I'm going to clean my room. I'm going to clean my room. I'm going to do my homework, and I'm going to help mom. I'm going to help. I'm going to get everything done. I'm going to be the best I can. But then does nothing but sit around talking and never does anything. Maybe playing games, talking to so-and-so online, but none of that homework got done. The room didn't get cleaned. The dishes didn't get done. The floor isn't swept. All that stuff was just talk, right? But if the child actually gets up and actually does the good works and do things and things start happening, whatever we normally reward our children, hey, here's some money, or here's that outfit that you want to buy, or here's that movie that you wanted, or here's whatever. We reward them for doing good in that progress. So, but if they have this habit of saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and they never do it, our attitude towards them is going to be like what?
We're going to get more harsher with them. Punishment not happen more frequently. Things
pick up. Right?
Pick up.
It's more of, you don't do this, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I mean? Let me show you how solid my words is. Your words aren't solid, but I'm going to show you how solid mine are. And when I say, I don't miss. When I say, or we start taking things away from them. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that game that you wanted or that you played, I'm taking that away. Okay, for instance, watch this. A man standing in the rain, and he's getting wet, and while he's getting wet, refusing to move underneath shelter. He gets off of work, he's in the rain, waiting for the Uber to come and stuff like that. And all he's doing is complaining, but not making any efforts to change anything. Is he mad enough? Is he wet enough? Is he angry enough at his situation? All he does is, man, I gotta stand out here in this rain, in this blah, 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 so. He doesn't do anything to shield himself from the rain. This is what Israel does. Man. We go through crap every freaking day, but we refuse to change. I love what you were telling me about the brother at the store,
man.
that had words with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like, dude, are you not looking at yourself right now?
man.
Are you not seeing that if I wanted to, I could just go over here and do this, and this might happen to you? You're drunk.
Man.
Everybody sees you. You're drunk. You're not looking at the situation to change whatever you might be upset about. Whatever you're doing, you're not looking at your situation. But yet, for some reason, he chose. Now, I think it's an assignment, trying to test you to get you out of the mood for the Sabbath coming in. But you passed that. But what I'm saying is that brother couldn't look at himself.
Man.
Look at the state of our people, and you out here making a fool of ourselves, and you have to go back up there and apologize. Was that it? Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
When you got the ice and stuff like that, it's like, look, man, we're not supposed to be like that.
Man,
the brother is not mad enough. Whatever he is, he's not mad enough to change his situation. Man. All he was is, I'm just going to go with the flow like the rest of Israel and do what I know. Fight, start fights, argue in public, have all these people staring at us, and go from there. He's not mad enough at the situation that he's in. So he's pretty much adapted a dysfunction. That's literally what he has done. All right. Anyway, we complain about corruption and we support corruption. We complain about how something's wrong, but we would not fix it. Here's another thing. I have a brother. Y'all might know my brother. He has he says he's tired of fornication. He's tired of people committing adultery. But yet he'll turn around and go out and record music that supports fornication, people going out, committing adultery, partying, all the unnecessary stuff. And then go out on the streets and say, we need to cut this out. We need to stop that. We need to stop doing this. We need to stop doing that. But it's like, dude, you're the one that's feeding the people the garbage that you saying that you hate.
Man.
So do you really hate it?
Man.
Because if I hate something, if I am mad, you can ask my wife, if I'm mad about something, I'm cutting everything off, all ties. All ties.
Man.
You struggled with this, cutting it off.
Man.
You dealing with this, I'm cutting it off. Ask my son. He had a issue with looking up naughty stuff on the computer, and he has to have the computer for schoolwork. It's like, dude, I'm so tired of your situation. I'm cutting it off.
Man.
I'm not going to keep feeding this stuff. And if you have to do schoolwork, guess what? You're going to have to do it in front of your mom or whoever's in the room with you. You can't do that. You know what I mean? We are cutting it off. No more chats. No more doing this. No more doing that. If you are seriously upset with the situation, you're going to change it. You're not mad enough. So we're complaining about oppression while refusing the actual discipline. The discipline is to cut that mess off. If I'm really mad at it, I'm not going to support fornication. I'm not going to support any music that supports fornication. I'm not going to be aiding that. I'm not going to put any kind of thoughts or to artists who wants to promote those kind of, is the word promiscuous? Is that the right promiscuous? We're not going to do those promiscuous actions and stuff like that. We're not going to do that. The person who is really upset with the situation, he's not going to feed the thing that helps the situation.
Man.
I'm going to starve that monster.
Man.
I'm going to starve that monster until he dies. But we're so comfortable with being brushed by the monster or by the dragon. We keep feeding that monster. We keep feeding that beast. And in no time, the beast and you become best friends.
Man.
And then After you become best friends, when that monster gets bigger than you, the monster will devour you. It will take over you. It will kill you. What you got?
Look up that scripture that they deceive themselves. Instead of being true to yourself, when you're not true to yourself, you can't ever fix yourself.
Right.
You know, you can say well all you want, but you got to really see yourself as within. You know what I'm saying? You got to see yourself within, but you deceive yourself.
Right.
You won't change, but you don't want it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's a what you call that as a soul toss from a wind. I'll paraphrase it, but a wave toss from fro and then right. You just swing with the moment. You know what I'm saying? You switch with the moment.
You just
know what I'm saying?
The thing I like is, well, not the thing I like. Our forefathers already know this stuff, right? Our brothers, right? So when you read James 1:22, that's the deceiving yourself, or when you're talking about deceiving yourself, and says, "Be ye doers of the word."
Not just
hearers.
Yeah.
But there's a part after that. Okay, but be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. But watch this. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is unlike unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. Can you hold your face in a glass? No, I can't.
Man,
you can't even hold your own shadow.
Man,
but yet for some reason you can see what the shadow exposes of you.
Man,
but you can't. For he beholdeth himself, he goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was.
Man.
Go ahead, bro.
Nah, that's it. You know, like I said, at that moment you want to be this man. As soon as you get away from that moment, you want to be this man. That's why it's much. It said you got to keep your mind on the Most High. As soon as you get away from it, you can think of other things and see yourself like that. And that's why a lot of people don't get over the things they don't, because you gotta have a balance.
Yeah, there's a balance.
It's a balance. But if your balance is more on the left-hand side than the right-hand side, you don't do the things on the right-hand side. You don't lean to the right-hand side.
Right.
So that's why you got to meditate
on the word daily,
thinking about God all the time. You got to think about the God all the time to keep you on that right-hand side.
Right.
Keep you on the right-hand side. I'm gonna say right-hand side. You know what I'm saying?
Side. No, you got it. You got it. Complaining about sickness while feeding sickness. I mean, this is the thing that your rib was getting. No. I was like, all right, sis, I'm in trouble. Here we go. This is aiding. I'm like, well, now I'm going to really look into it. I'm like, is this really aiding my MS? You know, and if it's really aiding my MS, that leaves me in a spot I have to do something about that.
Man.
If this is really aiding it, that means, I don't need to be drinking this. If this is really aiding this, I don't need to be eating this or that. You know, if this is really the cause of it, and if I'm really sick of my situation, I'm going to cast it away.
Man.
If you are sick, you're going to quit doing the stuff that keeps you sick.
Man.
Right? Now, back in our days, let me say that, back in our days, when we were growing up, if you were sick, you just had to stay home.
Man.
You just stay home. Let's just say if there was a test to see if you were really sick, and the homeschool regiment thing was we know the homeschool regiment of getting better, which is you only need a couple of things if you were really sick, which was You need that bottle of NyQuil. You need that couch with the blanket. Some cartoons. Maybe in the morning you have your cartoons with your orange juice. In the midday you have those court, the court shows with Judge Judy and all that other kind of stuff. With your chicken noodle soup. Yeah. And then at night you'll probably have like tomato soup and some ginger ale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm real old school.
Yeah.
Vicks on your chest.
Right. Vicks on the chest.
Take a little Vic.
Right. Vicks on the chest. Yeah.
Man.
I mean, shoot, that was really our thing of, hey, okay, we're gonna make sure you get. And if you really had some money, you would break out the Robitussin. That's if you have money, but we just
Robitussin. It's the brand doctors and pharmacists recommend most.
But anywho, we had those things, and we would stick to that. But if you were up, let's say if you're sick, and if you were up and you running around, we come home and we see you running around, you out there slam dunking and scoring touchdowns and doing this, and hey, come over here and jump with them. We gonna look at you and be like, hey, bro, I thought you were sick.
Man.
What are you doing outside? You didn't even come to school. Oh, you were fake. You were faking. You know what I mean? You wasn't really this or that. Or maybe you had a little cough, but you wasn't sick enough.
Man.
You wasn't sick enough for it to put you, because there was a time where I had the flu. I didn't even know I had the flu. This was my first time getting the flu, and I was like, I could not move. And my wife is like, what's wrong? I was like, I feel like this, and I couldn't talk, I couldn't do this and all this other kind of stuff. Oh, you need to eat this. You need to eat that. I don't even want to eat.
Man.
I just want to stay in my bed. Don't talk to me. Turn all the blinds, turn them down, put the blanket over my head, and go from there. We are going to try to find ways to get ourselves better. That's if you're sick of it. But if you're comfortable with your sickness, you're just going to keep rolling, right? Anywho, part 2. Sin only stops when you hate it more than you love it. Sin only stops when you hate it more than you love it. Many people say, I'm fighting demons. Bro, I'm fighting my demons. I'm fighting demons. But it's more like, nah, bro. You feeding demons. You're not fighting your demons. You are feeding your demons. You are feeding your demons. This one's going in a little more. Let me say, if you can read Romans 7, talking about struggling with sin, kind of like what you were talking about, struggling with sin, stuff like that. But if you're struggling with sin, you're going to have to find that thing of, hey, this is the cutoff part, and this is where I'm going to find every inkling of a way to get rid of that sin. I'm gonna follow the law. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do according to the law. If you are really trying to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially that sin is cause for death. You know what I'm saying? You could be killed over it, a serious judgment over it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So especially them, you know what I'm saying? And we know Israel got a problem with them type of sin. Hey, money, love of money, fornication, and serve idols or other gods.
Right.
That's a strong spirit on us. But you have to get over them. You got to get over them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, and it's it's a process, but you got to, at some point, like you said, you got to be sick. You hate yourself, but do you really hate yourself?
Do you really hate yourself?
Do you really hate the things you're doing? Sin's only good for a moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just that pleasure just for a moment. You know what I'm saying? When you only feel good when you're inside the church. When you come out the church, hey, you're going back to being who you came in as.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's only for a moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You only get that pleasure for a moment, no matter what the money.
It goes.
It goes.
Money goes.
You only get it for a moment. You know what I'm saying? So when you stop making them basically your God, then that's when you'll be saved. When you really want to please the Most High, you really want to die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You're in there. We have to understand that even though we might be in these situations, the Most High has given us decisions. He's always given us a choice. I mean, even in Deuteronomy, he was like, do this or this will happen. If you don't do this, this is going to happen. He gave us the option to choose life. He gave us the option to choose death. And a lot of us, because we love ourselves and love our own mind instead of the mind of the Most High in Christ, we chose what the flesh is offering. We chose what flesh said is good. Flesh says, oh, you can break the Sabbath. You don't have to keep the Sabbath. I heard this before. That was for the people back then. You know what I mean? But when we're reading the scriptures, it's like, no, the Sabbath is still going on. I mean, if
generation.
Right. Paul is still keeping the Sabbath. What are you talking about? No, and nowhere in the scripture it says the Sabbath is over with. Sisters can wear pants now.
Man.
Why? Because these pants are made for girls. What? No. They find the mind is deceitful, doing what? Desperately wicked. It's seeking to just get your tail in trouble. The mind is that deceitful. It's that deceitful. So if the mind is that deceitful, why would I want to trust my own mind instead of what the Most High has said, right? So let's go to Sirach 15, verse 11. We're going to read 11 through 17.
Sirach 15:11. Say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away. For thou outdoest not to do the thing that he hated. Say not thou, he has caused me to err, for he had no need of the sinful man. The Lord hateth all abomination, and they that fear the Lord God love it not. He himself made man from the beginning, and left him in the hand of his counsel. If thou wilt keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness, he has set fire and water before thee. Stretch forth thy hand until whether thou wilt. Before man is life and death, and whether he liketh it shall be given him.
So we in there. So you see at that where it's like choices. Eventually, accountability enters the room. When reading in here, accountability enters the room. You have to and must have accountability when we're dealing with ourselves, right? So this is why we have to have certain leaders who rule with fair judgment, with fairness, with holy righteousness judgment. But we have certain leaders who also, and certain friends who also do things and judge things based off of yes men. I keep going back to the example of Trump right now. You know, when you look at Trump, you know, you see his whole cabinet, and his whole cabinet is surrounded by a whole bunch of what? Yes men. Those people who, whatever you say, even if it's wrong, I'm going to try to find some kind of way to make you feel that it's right and that it's okay. So he has a cabinet or a team of yes men. They can do and say whatever they want and not be held accountable. They can build, and they can build, but at the end of the day, the bigger they build, the harder they're going to what? Fall.
Man.
The bigger they build, the higher they build, the harder they're going to fall, the harder their impact is going to be. Lots of men only, today's term, lots of men only want the counsel of other men who will say, yes, you're right. So I'm going to go back to the scripture right here. I love this part right here. Say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away. For thou does not do the things that he hated. So again, the things that the Most High hate, we are not supposed to what? There's that 2-letter word again. Do. We are not supposed to do. Whatever the Most High has said, I hate, we are not supposed to do. Say not thou, he has caused me to err, for he has no need for a sinful man. Most High ain't making you sin.
Man.
He's not making you do these decisions. He's not making you lie.
Man.
He's not telling you to talk bad against your parents or talk to your parents and steal. And he's not telling you to go out and lie with this person and go against the rules of the house. He's not telling you to do that. He says he don't have need for a person who is in those kind of situations, who are in sinful ways. Remember the guy with the legion, when he had that spirit, when he cast him out, what did Christ say to him? Do y'all remember that?
We in class.
He had that person with the spirit out, and so the spirits went out, they left him, and they went into they went out into the swine, right? But he told the guy said something though. He wanted to roll with him.
He said no. Told him no, go back.
Right.
Man.
Like I don't need you right now.
Man.
I just keeping the laws. Pretty much tell them what's up and stuff like that, and go tell the people about these good words. But I don't have need for you right now. You know what I mean? As far as to be on this sector, you're still on the team, but you're not on this sector of the team.
Man.
You probably on that part of the team. But if you're sitting here, you know what I mean? In order for him to even to be a part of that team, he had to be cleansed from all those spirits. In order for him to go back to the city and tell the folks what was going on, he had to be cleansed. Because right here is saying he don't have need for a sinful person. Imagine you going to the city and you just killing folks left and right and talking about, I'm doing this in the name of the Lord.
Man.
You stealing money, you in the bank and you stealing walking out with all these big bags of money and talking about, hey, I'm taking your money in the name of the Lord. It's like, no. He has no need for a sinful person. I'm sitting here gossiping about this and gossiping about that. Oh, sis, did you hear about sis and blah, blah, blah this and blah, blah that and so this and so that? That's nasty. That's an ugly spirit. I'm going to be honest with you. Everybody who's listening, I'm going to be honest with you. A gossiping spirit is a nasty. I would even go to the length of saying it's a hateful spirit. And if you hate your brother, you're considered a what? A murderer.
Really?
That's a gossiping spirit is a nasty, evil spirit. You can't take the time to build up your brother or your sister in the background. All this chit chat, and that's why she did this, and that's why he did that, and all this other kind. You can't take that time to just be like, "Hey sis, I heard you were going through this. I heard you were going through that. Here's some scriptures right here. You know, so and so was blah 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 brought this to the attention, or called the sister when the other sister is on the center." You can't put a stop to that and be like, hey, you know, since we all here, let's talk about it. But you want to do all this. This is how knives and I forgot what they call those little teeny tiny daggers. I think daggers get thrown in the back of folks, and people can't understand like, why is my back hurt? Because you got so many people throwing daggers at your back.
For real. James 1:13.
James 1:13. Let no man say when he is tempted.
Let no man say when he's tempted. Hey, you
I am
better not
tempted of
say
God.
this, because we already just read God got no use for a sinful man.
Right.
He is tempted. Go ahead.
I am tempted of God.
I'm tempted of God. God's proving you, but he's not tempting you.
Not tempting.
Two different things. Proving and tempting is two different things. Go ahead.
For God cannot be tempted with evil.
God cannot be tempted with evil. So if you are part of God or that light, you can't be tempted with evil.
Right.
It probably comes to the mind, but the action is not going to match what your thoughts with them, because you part of that light. You know, this heart is desperately wicked. Hey, but if you like I said, meditating and keeping your mind on God, your actions not going to bring them actions forth that go contrary against God's word. Right? Go ahead.
Neither tempteth he any man.
He didn't tempt any man. Go ahead. But this is the reason why you doing what you're doing, or you fall into that trap. Go ahead.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
His own lust. It is within you. You're not doing what you need to do to correct that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you come to the truth. You've been living a certain way. You got to fight and study, meaning finding spiritual and study to win them battles. Because the flesh is all, whatever you had in the world is in you.
Right.
It may be dormant, but it's still in you.
Right.
But you still have to learn, while you in this truth, you got to making sure you always going over them things you struggle with in the world. If that come back up, raise back up, you better shut it down real quick.
Right.
What did Paul say? Paul say, my sin is always with me. Whether I'm doing it or not, I still got the ability to do it.
Man, exactly. Everybody is one step going sideways, right. Backwards. One step going backwards. Anybody can fall over. That's why you got to protect yourself, by meditating and keeping your mind on the Most High. But
facts.
But verse 15 says this. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. You're enticed by your own sin, the way you sin, how you feel, how you move. You choosing to sin. You choosing to do the wrong thing.
Man.
And when it's all said and done, instead of you choosing the right way, the punishment is death. Death is either somebody got to die for every sin, either yourself or Christ. Man. Somebody got to die. And you keep doing it, and when Christ has done it, there's no more forgiveness of sin. Guess what? You're going to pay the ultimate price.
Oh, for real. And by that you bringing forth sin, how you bring up forth that sin? Because that's what you've been meditating on. That's what's in your mind.
It's always it's in the forefront. Forefront
Well,
of your mind.
It takes priority over any other thoughts. That lust take priority in order to commit that sin. That lust had to take priority over any other your thought. Any other thoughts of yours. You know what I'm saying? It was priority. That's what you was thinking about the most.
Right. All right. So staying on that, basically you are not trapped in every sin. Some sins are protected by your own appetite. Some sins are protected by your own appetite. You basically, we're going back into that mind, you know what I mean, that we're talking about as far as in the mind. A person, think of it like, we got the stove right here. Person touching a stove, right? You got a person, let's just say it's really hot. Say, good well you're not supposed to touch it, but they can't stop touching it. They touch the eye of the stove, it's on, and they keep touching it, and eventually we're going to have some questions when you see that person touching the stove, and we know it's high. And I'm talking about not on low heat, we're talking about on cooking, good cooking heat. we're gonna have some questions, right? My child is gonna get up and walk over there and be like, well,
Are you
I'm
crazy?
right. I mean, but I'm gonna ask. I'm like, is the stove on? We're gonna look at the light. We're gonna be like, well, the stove is on. You know what I mean? Well, something ain't right. Basically, what y'all said. Something ain't right there. Is she a monster? Is she a spirit? Is she one of those? You know, if they keep touching it, it's either the pain is not strong enough, or they secretly still love it. But that falls online when we were talking about you're comfortable. So desensitized, if that's the right word to say, you're desensitized. You're comfortable. You're used to it. You're feeling good about it. You don't have the urge to change. But with this situation, I'm like, hey, the pain ain't strong enough. The pain ain't strong enough. And y'all kind of see why the Most High always he gradually turn it up. He turn it up. Turn them boys up. You know what I mean? Turn that fire up. Because some people are changing. Some people will change by fire, and some people. What scripture is that? God, Jude. Yeah. So it would either take fire, or you just take a good talking to.
Yeah.
But our people are hard-headed as hell. Hey, don't be laying down with you better be married before you lay down, blah blah blah, and don't be going hoeing around and all this other kind of stuff. Now look at our cities now. We have high HIV, STD circulating in the neighborhoods. We have high baby mamas and high baby mamas, and single parent family hoods, which is very at a high rate. At the point to where the government is like, wow, that's just how they do. So we're not gonna change them. We're not gonna pour money into any programs for them. We're not going to pour any money into their neighborhoods, because all they're going to do is just keep sleeping around, popping out more babies, taking taxpayers' money and stuff like that. When they get on assistance, there is one person, I hate to say this, there is one person who's like really coming after that. He's like, Trump, he's just, he's like, nah, we're going to cut all of that out. He's doing it the wrong way. But it's like, the rate is so high and people can't understand that because they're so used to it. That is the problem. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you do that and not,
count the cost?
You don't count the cost. That's perfect right there. So people, we warn our people, we tell our people this is what happens, and for some reason they go off and do whatever. And so now the Most High is like really turning that flame up. All right, you bid into that hand, and you're gonna have to pay the price.
Yeah. I was just on that topic that people don't learn that lesson. They had something in Houston. I want to say it was spring break, but everybody knows Houston has got the highest rate. The highest rate of herpes and all.
We went out there together. You and I talked. It was me, you, and I can't two others.
Hell yeah. But this dude said he went down there, but this is well known.
Right.
Went down there, he got every type of herpes.
There's more than
every type of herpes.
That just one pleasure. That little pleasure for that moment.
Damn, he went in there swimming in it.
How many else?
Wow. He put the swimming trunks on and everything. Just cannonball. No, that's scary. But the thing is, we have all the warnings and stuff like that. Tobacco use. When you freaking buy the cigarettes, big old, you can't say you did not see that big old warning on the back of, well, it's on the side now, on the side of the cigarette box that says, warning, this will cause cancer and blah, 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 and all this other kind of stuff. I hear this. Well, we're going to die one day. Somebody's got to die. Well, you ain't got to die now.
Man.
That's your choice. You made a dumb choice.
That's crazy. You don't think about that.
Life after death. You don't even think about it.
Don't think about it.
And
sort of punishment.
Right.
You thought this was a punishment, man.
And here's the thing. At the end of this, when everything is gone, when we get up, it's gonna be like, dang, that was just like a dream.
Moment.
And sometimes you can dream. This is real. Sometimes you can dream. You can like be asleep for only 5 minutes, but you had a dream and it felt like it was years. Wait, I've only been asleep for 5. You know that. Yeah, look, she got the eyes. You already looking at it right now. My wife is like, oh, here we go. What day is it? Babe, it's only been 5 minutes. You were asleep for 5 minutes. So minutes. The thing is, it could be
man.
But you're gonna wake up and be like, it felt like it was a long time. It felt like years on top of years on top of years on top of years. You mean that little teeny tiny split second, I had that choice to not smoke, not get the herpes and all this other kind of stuff. That is crazy, and it's a scary thing. So people secretly love that fire. People are probably used to that pain, or what we say, sis? Desensitized, you know. We're probably desensitized, and the pain isn't strong enough. And the other day, I had to discipline my son, and I asked him. I was like, what I say? I was like, you must love this outcome. He said, no, I don't. I was like, then why you keep doing this? Why you keep doing this when it's going to get you the same outcome? I'm not going to change. I'm going to do what the scriptures say. Why you keep doing it? You know, you're going to get the same results. And then I asked my son, I was like, no, I asked myself, I was like, I'm disciplining him and he keeps doing the same thing. And he says that he doesn't want the outcome. But for some reason, he gets the same outcome. So as leaders, and I'm talking to every man who's listening, every male, child, person, and even the women, whenever we are having a situation, the very first thing we have to go back to is the source. And I had to ask myself. Now I'm talking to myself. You crazy tongue? Yeah, I'm talking to myself. I do talk to myself. Me and MS have a good talk, you know. Self. That's what MS means. Myself. Self. What's the problem? Why isn't he changing? It's like, well, you're just doing the same thing. It can't be the same discipline act all the time. Maybe you need to turn the heat up. The Most High turn. He doesn't keep the same. His hand is on that. What do you call him? The knob, the eye on the knob or whatever. He doesn't. I'm just going to keep it at low. You gotta change that ass whooping. You gotta change it up. Yeah. Scriptures say a rod. The scriptures say a rod. But my thing is like, why do I keep giving him the same discipline? So one day, I had to say F it. I literally had to say F it. I'm like, okay, we going to do something different. I sound like Joker or something like that. Now, okay, we're going to do something different today. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, no, you're not escaping the ride. You still going to get that discipline, but we're going to add on top of your discipline. We're going to add some things or take away some things. And when I say take away some things, what did I do? I took away his whole bedroom. Hey, son, you don't have a bedroom to sleep in anymore. Look, you don't even have a bed to sleep in. You will not have, because you cannot be in that same situation, comfortable in your same. All you do is you get the ride and whatever, and you just go to your room and you in there.
Man.
So I'm not going to discipline you like this, and then you're going to go into your room and lay down and yeah, it's a thing ass whooping. We're not going to do that because I'm looking out for you. I want you to change. So if I want you to change, who has to change first?
Man.
The master, the head. I'm the head gasket. I got to change. So what I do, I'm taking this away. You will not have no computers to play on. You will not have, you got to ask what clothes to wear. You got to ask to go in the kitchen. I'm going to show you. That's so evil. No, it's not. How is it not evil? Because the Most High did the same thing to us.
Man.
Did he not take away our clothes?
Man.
Did he not he took away our own name. He said, I'm not even going to call you Israel anymore. You want to act like a Roman? You're going to be like the Romans. You want to be like those folks in Corinth? I'm going to call you Corinth. I'm not going to let you be the same person. I'm going to change the way the discipline is going to happen now. So you are not going to be in my household comfortable in your mess. And then on top of that, I hate to say it like this, but I will expose you too, because that's what the Most High does. I'm doing it the way that the Most High does. It's like, all right, Most High, I got you. Change it up. You can't be in this house. Well, we get there and we change, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. No, now we're gonna have all eyes on you, not just those who deal with you every day. So when people see you now, they go, "Hey, did you fix that? Did you fix that situation? Are you sneaking and taking computers and stuff like that and blah blah blah? Are you staying off of texts? Are you doing this? Are you obeying your mom? Are you cleaning up like you're supposed to? Are you doing all these things? Or are you have what I was saying earlier, accountability. But the only reason why you kept getting away, you're pulling the Donald Trump. The way why you're doing that is because you have no accountability. Donald Trump has no accountability. You have no accountability. I don't want you to be an Edomite, so therefore I'm going to give you what the Edomite don't have. This is how things happen. I'm sick and tired of your mess. And if you're really upset with the situation that you're in, you're going to find a way to change. You're going to create that. But it's not harsh if the Most High had already told us to do it. It's not. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to stay too long on that.
1 Corinthians 10 and 13.
1 Corinthians 10, 13.
There has no temptation taken you, but as such is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape that you may be able to bear it. The Most High, even in the midst of our sin, even for repeated sin, Most High has already given us, set us up to where we don't have to do the sin, but it's still our choice. Even if it's our choice, He still try to help us with our choices, and sometimes we choose not to.
The next verse, because you choose to continue to do the same thing. Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee for idolatry. And you made that your God. You making that your God.
So true.
I speak as to wise man. Judge ye what I say.
What makes us wise?
Keeping the
commandments, right. So it's not him just speaking abracadabra and saying, oh, this sounds good, and giving a Dr. Phil kind of speech or whatever. He's literally saying, this is literally what I'm saying is actually coming out of the commandments. Because if it wasn't, he would do what he says, I think it's in 7, I can't remember what he says. I speak not as
7.
I
don't speak on I speak as a man.
Right. But he follows it back up. He follows back up. But this is what the law is tuning up to be. You know what I mean? I'm speaking for myself. You know, I have, you know, I'm encouraging you not to get married.
Man.
But if you have to get married, then go on and, you know, do it the right way. Do it the correct way. Anyway, that was a great one. I should have put that one in my. I mean, I am gonna put that in my notes. The thing is, people see corruption. We see the plagues. We see economic collapse. We see immorality. We see lies, and yet we continue as if it's just normal. So this is part 3. So some people don't change until judgment arrives. I have this thing that I always say it in my house, but y'all probably heard it before, which is be a pro actor instead of a what? Instead of a reactor. You don't want to be a reactor. You want to be a proactor. So part 3, some people don't change until judgment arrives. When judgment arrives, and then you start trying to change, you are labeled as a what? A reactor. You didn't do anything to prevent the situation from coming. So now we're just reacting. We all this time, doctors and surgeons are telling us, hey, do not smoke. Do not smoke. Do not smoke. Do not. You hear it in elementary all the way into your adult. Don't smoke. But for some reason, you go on and start smoking. The doctor says you have cancer. You have, matter of fact, because they don't go all the way to these, well, unless you go on the website, you are a reactor when they say you have cancer and you have diabetes. Man. Because smoking cigarettes is related, diabetes is related to smoking cigarettes too as well. But nobody is proactive to get all that information, and I wasn't. And I thank God that, you know, I pulled away from that because I used to be a chain smoker. And I think it was, I should have been dead. I'm not even gonna lie, but something was weird when I saw my tooth turning black. And I was like, it doesn't make sense. You know, my tooth is turning black. And it's like, I mean, I brush and stuff like that, but it's all that. What do you call it, sis? You probably know oxidation, or oxidation in my teeth and stuff like that. And when I finally got it treated and taken care of, I mean, they got it cleaned up and polished and stuff like that. But I'm like, if that can make my teeth black, imagine what my lungs look like and my inside looks like.
It's softer. The flesh is softer than the
teeth. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's nasty. All the stuff I'm spitting out, all the headaches. I'm like, do you have to smoke two cigarette packs a day? Oh, there's my money right there. Now, what are you looking at? Oh, that's all my money, huh? All praise to the Most High. And then I met my wife, and I'm like, oh, where's that cigarette? No, I'm messing with you. I'm messing. I need that smoke. But nah, it's like we see all the warnings, and we're not proactive to do it. All we do is, I want to change after the doctor says you have cancer. We want to start getting ourselves in change after the doctor says you have diabetes and high blood. What's it called again? Hypertension. Now you want to change. You want to change now that you're getting ready to be put out the house because you couldn't keep it clean, and they had a walkthrough, and they're like, nah, you got to go. No, it's too late to start trying to keep it clean. Y'all nasty folks. You got to go. I've seen that. Was there anything we could do? Can we just pay for a company to come clean it? You should have did that a long time ago.
Yeah, watch that. I'll give Jeremiah 22 and 21.
Jeremiah 22 and 21. I spake unto thee in prosperity.
When you was doing good, I was speaking to you. When you because I see what's coming. Right? You know, I'm trying to speak to you. Get your life right. And God, if you really look at it, God been speaking to us our whole entire life.
Right.
Hey, until that one day came, hey, I'm glad I came in my pride. I didn't come when I was feeling down and out. I came in when I was doing good.
It's in my prime.
But yeah, but he speak to us when we most of the time he speak to us when we doing good. Go ahead.
But God said, I will not hear.
We don't hear him at that time because we don't need God. We what he say? Don't go. He told us a long time, don't go into this land because you got everything and forget about me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is what we do. We don't think about God when we're doing good. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This has been thy manner from thy youth.
This has been like y'all been doing the same thing since y'all you all been doing the same thing. Go ahead.
That thou obeyest not my voice.
You know you don't obey. We don't obey when we're doing good, and that's the problem. But it have some crisis, tribulation come, and then we want to turn to God.
Right.
Scream out, and then it take about 10 of them times in order really to turn to God, because as soon as He bring you out of it, now you going back to the same old vomit.
Oh, but you worse, and you're in the worst condition than that. When you return, you're already in a worse condition, right? So stay in that book. Go to Jeremiah 5:3.
Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 3. O Lord, are not thine eyes upon the truth? Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. Thou hast consumed them, but they have refused to receive correction. They have made your faces harder than a rock, but they have refused to return.
We right there where it says, "Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved." The Most High hits us, and we still refused correction. The Most High is, I'm smacking you in the back of your head, and we are still saying, "No, I ain't gonna. I'm staying my way. I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. I can take these smacks. I'm good like this. I'm good like this." Now, pretty much, I mean, if you was to really sum it up, that's the lesson right there. Is look, the Most High has been telling us how to do things and keep away from things and how to change. But the thing is, for some reason, we're still in our mess. And I'm not just saying individually, I'm speaking as a nation. As a nation of brothers and sisters, as a nation of kings and priests, princesses, we are in a nasty mess. We had this conversation. I was talking to you. I was trying to pick up some stuff. We were on the phone. And I was like, if the Most High was to seriously say, "Christ, come down," or "go on down and handle business." Let's just be honest. Let's really, really be honest. And all praise to the Most High for this thing tomorrow as well. If the Most High was to say, "Go gather up Israel," is He saying, "I'm only looking for those in New Kingdom Rising"?
No.
I'm only looking for those who are in the gathering, or the tents of Israel, or IUIC, or Sons of Thunder, and I'm only gathering those people. Is He saying that? No,
Not at all.
He's looking
Not
for
at
the
all.
brothers and sisters of Israel, the kings and princes of Israel. That's it. I'm gathering Israel. But for some reason, we've caused this disdain of, I cannot, bro, I cannot talk to you. Don't even call me anymore, because I'm not supposed to talk to you. You're with New Kingdom Rising, and I'm with the gathering. And over here, I mean, we follow the scriptures, but I don't view you as Israel. Although we have the same blood, although our father is the same, we have the same, we thought of it. So we that's nasty. you're not doing this, and you're not following this leader and this leader.
Jeremiah 5:4 says, therefore I said, surely these are poor. They are foolish, for they know not the way of the Lord, nor the judgment of their God. The Most High is for all of Israel.
All.
That's all of it. So, like you say, when I see other people saying, because to me, I want to have the heart of God.
Keep reading.
I would, Jeremiah 5:5. I would get me unto the great men. I was speaking to them, for they have known the way of the Lord and the judgment of their God. But these have I altogether broken the yoke and burst the bounds. Come on now.
So everything we're saying is what the scripture has already spoke.
Man.
All together as a nation, we grow. All together as a nation, we have growth. When people look at us, they shouldn't be seeing, oh, that's a Hebrew Israelite from the camp of New Kingdom Rising. That is a Hebrew Israelite from the camp of Sons of Thunder. That is the Hebrew Israelite from the camp of the Gather. There is no camp. It's Israel. That is an Israelite. That is an Israelite who has his family in order. When you read in, what was it, in Deuteronomy 4? I'm kind of going off. I'm not saying go there, but it talks about 4 and 6. Understanding. Yeah. Wisdom. When they see us, they should see us like that.
Man.
When I come up to you and let's say I have my shirt on, and I'm sorry, bro, I got a shirt coming for you. I just didn't even ask you for your size, so but I got one coming for you, bro. But when I have the Gathering shirt on, and you have the New Kingdom Rising shirt on, and this camp has this shirt on, and this camp has this shirt on, or whatever, when they see us, it should still not look like they're from different whatever. It should be like, that's a group of Israelites right there. Man. Look at them. They're all giving each other love and they laughing. They going over scripture. I don't know what kind of scripture. I've never heard that scripture, but it's like they're talking in code with each other. They should see that. Man. But there is no, I hate to say it like this, there is no
camaraderie.
Right.
They should be saying, that is the Israelite, which is a child of God, no matter which camp.
Exactly.
What Christ say to what Christ say to one prophet? Yes, indeed, you are Israelite.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Yes, indeed, they are Israelites over there. Man.
I mean, I love how Paul said it when he's like, I'm an Israelite, what he say, from the tribe of Benjamin. You know what I mean? And he was going there. It was like, that's it. He didn't say I'm from the Roman, the church in Rome, or I'm from the church in Corinth, or you know what I mean? He didn't say any of that. Yeah, I'm Israelite. I'm from the tribe of Benjamin. Man, get your curry goat in order and make sure that it's seasoned just right, and we okay. You know what I'm saying?
What do you say? That's the Corinthian church. That's the Roman church. But guess what? That's God's church. That's still God's Israelites. Church. That's still Israelites.
The people of God, our brothers and sisters. That's the Israelites who were over in those areas. That's it. I'm an Israelite in the area of North America. Anyway, that is why it's always better for us to be proactive than reactive. Christ has been warning us for the longest, and not just saying little things here and there, but he was giving us warnings like, hey, don't continue this way, don't go this way. He was showing us prevention. He's putting things in place to prevent these things. These signs are pretty much, or the signs are there to let us know what's what. what is it? If thou sin, or if your right arm causes you to sin, blah blah blah, whatever. What do you say? Cut it off. Cut it off. Look, again, I hate going back to it with my son. Where he's like, man, I can't see now. Your glasses is destroyed. I love what my wife. I heard my wife. My wife was like pounding the gun on him, like, weren't you looking at those websites with those glasses on? But then he said, he said, weren't you looking at that? Weren't you on those chats and you had to read what the? No, we're not gonna fix your glasses. Not right now. You know what I mean? It's like this is the thing. You didn't want to cut it off like you're supposed to. Now you have to be the one that pays the price for it. So now you are a reactor. You're in reactive mode. Proverbs 4:7. Let's hear that real quick.
Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is a principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, understanding.
With all thy getting, get understanding. So earlier we talked about wisdom. Christ has given us nothing but wisdom. We are supposed to be the wise men. With all thy getting, you're supposed to get understanding. We're supposed to get the understanding of these things. Why am I being, what's the word, chastised? I hate saying that word because I can't pronounce it. I always say, because I always say chastised or whatever, but don't look at me like that. I saw your eyebrows go up. Don't look at me like that. I said chastised.
I said sequini.
You say sequini? Look, why am I getting my tail handed to me? That's what I say, right? I'm getting my tail handed to me because I keep going off.
Man.
If I don't want my tail handed to me, and if I'm really tired of it, I would stop going off. If I'm tired of the Most High beating my tail, I would not do the things for me to get my tail whooped. If you get anything, get that wisdom and get an understanding of why it is the way it is. If nothing is changing, if you are still trapped in your mess, if you keep repeating the same cycles without any real effect, you are not broken enough by it. You are not fed up enough. You are not mad enough, right? Hey, when we were struggling and stuff like that, and we were looking at our credit stuff, and remember we were in Fort Worth. I think Fort Worth that way, whatever Fort Worth is. I can't. Let me see. West is that way. All right. When we were in Fort Worth, then you're like, I'm tired of living like this and blah blah blah. Give me this and give me your this and blah blah blah. She took all our information, she talked it over and chopped it up. I don't know how she did this, but our credit went from 500 all the way to 700 something. And we just started getting all these credit cards in the mail. I'm like, why do we keep getting these offers? Some must be. Oh, that's because your credit score is now 740. We like, eat them now. They can go give me. No, you can't spend it. you don't you go off. Don't spend all this money at the candy store now. But like when you're tired of it, you're going to give me that. Let's see what I can do. She did it in a respectful way. You don't talk to me like that, right? Right. All right. She did it in a respectful way. And she's like, hey, give me this. Let me see. And she's like, babe, if you do this and we do this and do that, and when we spend, we use this card because we get money back. This will actually boost our credit and get money back. So that money that we're getting back, we can also still put on paying that debt and stuff. It's like, hey, you're not a real Jake. Jake. Thank you, Gad. Miss Gad. We got two Gads in the house. I forgot about that. That is right. All right, Gad and Gad. Anyway, what'd you say? I'm glad to be Gad. All right, 4. You can't keep wearing the image and complaining about the label. I'm not gonna be mean when I say this. People communicate messages through behavior, speech. I say dressing, but you can say presentation. They communicate stuff through presentation, discipline, and image. For instance, if I walk out this house, I walk down street in downtown Dallas or whatever, I got these huge baggy pants on and it's hanging under my tail. Baggy shirt. What kind of look am I going to get? Thug. People gonna think I'm gonna rob something, or women are gonna clutch their purse a little tighter. Watch this. If a restaurant has rotten food and nothing but rotten food outside, people are going to assume that the inside is serving what? Right. Rotten food. So people judge by visible patterns. If you're helping keep the pattern going, then you're not mad enough to be upset with people looking down on you. If I got this whole thing of I'm gonna walk around looking baggy and stuff and people viewing me bad, it's just gonna be like, nah, I gotta change that. I need to keep my dress respectfully, right? Sometimes we spend more energy. Here's the thing. Sometimes we spend more energy arguing the perspective instead of correcting the behavior.
True.
Imagine a man walking into his job and he smells like smoke. His pants smell like smoke. His clothes smell like his car smell like smoke. His hands smell like smoke. And sometimes there's even a little bit of ash on his shirt.
I mean, he been barbecuing.
That means he be barbecuing. That could be, right? That could be. I mean, because sometimes my wife be like, man, you smell like you've been grilling all day. So now eventually people at the job, going to say, this brother smoke. Now that's gonna be nasty barbecue if he smell like that kind of smoke. If he smell like cigarette, I'm gonna be like, damn, I don't want to trust you over. Because the lamb that I ate just last night was like, that was beautiful. That was chef's kiss. You know what I mean? Hey, I gotta give honor where honor is due. I'm not gonna let that one slide. But
I said, Kadir's about to top me up.
Look, man, I'm just trying to level the stage and set the stage right.
Hey, we about to go in now.
But really, imagine that. And so people are going to start saying, they're going to start assuming what? This dude smokes. That's all he do is smoke. He lay in the smoke. He bathe in the smoke. He eat in smoke. He is a smoker, right? And he's going to come back and say, I don't smoke. Y'all judging me. That's effed up. That's where the accusation is at right there. And he becomes so serious, all he's doing is fighting what they're throwing at him. So sometimes, this is what this point is saying. So sometimes we spend more energy arguing with the perception instead of creating the behavior or fixing the behavior. Hey, you don't want people saying that you smoke, you smell like this, you smell like that. What do you need to do? You need to change the smoke. Change the smell in your car. Wash your clothes every now and then. You should wash them all the time, but I mean, hey, he might be saving money, you know what I mean? Saving that water bill. But change that. Don't be smelling like smoke everywhere you go. And now you don't have to worry about if people arguing if you smoke and that's all you do is smoke. Now you get to focus on getting the job done when you go to work instead of arguing with them. That's the way it's supposed to be. But again, we get all caught up in arguing with the perception instead of fixing what needs to be fixed. We always got a complaint, or we always got an excuse about the reason why I didn't do this and the reason why I didn't do that. Why are people coming at you blaming this on you? Well, because I have a past of lying. Well, why don't you start fixing stuff so people don't have to say that you're lying all the time? Don't do things to put you. What is that scripture? Evil communication.
1 Corinthians 15,
15, 33.
33, yeah.
Don't be in the evil communications. Don't be putting yourself in spots where people can say that, hey, you wasn't supposed to be doing that in the first place. So that's why I can easily throw on that you broke this law and broke this rule and broke this rule. Because a lot of people, we hear this more on the street all the time. But if you break one law, you broke all of them.
Man.
You said 1 Corinthians 15:33?
Yeah, it was first, I think it was 15. First
Yeah.
Corinthians
Yeah,
15.
15.
1 Corinthians 15. He said, be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners. Awaken to righteousness and sin not. For some have not the knowledge of God. I speak this to your shame.
To your shame. You shouldn't be in any kind of like conversations or anything like that to where people can accuse you of saying what's the word?
Accusations.
Accusations. Give me a 1 Thessalonians. Let's do this real quick. 1 Thessalonians 5:22.
1 Thessalonians 5:22. Abstain from all appearances of evil.
So if we're abstaining from the appearance of all evil, let's just say it was the smoking thing. I don't want people to think I'm smoking, so I want to change that appearance. Imagine if we were at that school that we used to fellowship at or whatever, and we just walked in with just reeking of smoke. We don't smoke, but we walked in reeking of smoke. What would happen to us?
Brother, what the hell you doing?
You sound just like this.
Man,
Right.
you got to go, brother.
You just don't ain't right, bro. You got to go.
Gotta go. Come back next time.
Yeah. How could we avoid that?
Man.
Change your clothes. Change the perception. But you're going to be in there making a bigger fool of yourself. No, I don't smoke. I don't do this. Y'all judging. Y'all ain't got the spirit on you. Y'all ain't doing this. Y'all ain't doing that. Y'all blah, 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 blah. Now everybody that is there, they're doing this. Turn around. What's going on out there? Now you're bringing more attention to yourself instead of you could have fixed this by avoiding or abstaining from the appearance of evil. I had to get on a dude a long time ago, walking to a sister walking to his house, and he walks out. Do you remember this? And he walks out, shirt all off, and like, yo, what's up? Didn't think nobody was watching them. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Oh no, what did she say? She was there to help him with his fringes. But the mofo ain't got no shirt on. Fringe what? What? Right. Nah, bro, that ain't a good look. You're not abstaining. So now I get to actually be like, it looked like, you know what I mean? And
They're like you working on tassels instead of fringes.
What'd you say?
They're like you working on tassels instead of fringes.
But that's the thing. People. Oh my God. Oh, people are going to assume that. People are going to assume that. People are going to assume that we are connected to wickedness if we stay surrounded by wickedness. And even if we're not in the wickedness, all we're doing is fighting that because we're not abstaining from their parents. So that's that. We're almost done. I am literally almost done. Here's the thing. On number 5, comfort is the enemy of change. Comfort is the enemy of change. Basically, and I'll just be quick on this one. People get comfortable. We get unhealthy. we get toxic, we get lazy, we get bitter. That was a big demon for me, bitterness. When I decided to leave a certain establishment, I heard all the lies and all that other kind of stuff, and I did not like the lies. So I became a little bitter. That's a nasty demon right there, and it can grow. But people become bitter, people become fake, people become angry, people become unwatchful, people become undisciplined. And because humans adapt to misery, they get comfortable with all that kind of stuff. Proverbs 27, verse, let me see if this is Proverbs 27, verse 7.
Proverbs 27:7. The fool soul loatheth any honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet.
When people are full of excuses, they reject what?
The
Correction.
sweetness, the sweet law, the sweet law.
Right. They reject the sweetness of the law. When you there's another one in Sirach, Sirach 32 verse 17.
Look, 32:17. A sinful man will not be reproved, but find an excuse according to his will.
This is pairing up with Proverbs 27 verse 7. The fool's soul loatheth a honeycomb. Meaning, again, people are going to get so full of excuses, they are going to reject correction. A prisoner refuses freedom because the prison became familiar. And that happens a lot. There's a lot of people who come out of prison and they're like, nah, I just want to stay right here. And they'll do something to keep them to get more years tacked on to their life.
Or get out and go right back in.
Turn right back in and be like, I couldn't find anything to do. So they go back into it. They are too comfortable. That's many people spiritually right now. A lot of folks are just like that. I'm going to stay in my ways because I was comfortable in my ways. And this isn't a new thing. This isn't just, we're talking about, what happens down in the prison days. Let's just really think about it. What happened when we were walking out of Egypt? Were we not the ones talking about, we should have stayed and go back and I was good eating the garlic. I was like, y'all were healthy eating the garlic, but I was good. We had food. We knew we were going to onions and garlic and the greens and all that other kind of stuff. It's like, you want to go back to where you have to always ask for food and you have to pay to get for food when the Most High is giving you food and this food is better than any food ever and it's clean. You don't have to pay out of pocket. You don't have to pull your wallet out and pay for it. You're good to go. Now, we were just too comfortable in our we had that slave mentality. And we were so comfortable in our sins. We were so comfortable where we were at. That's sad.
Man.
I want to go back to prison because at least I know they're going to feed me 3 meals a day. They're going to feed me dirty beans with the roaches in it and dried bread. I remember when I was in jail, there was some sandwiches that they had and some of the bread was green on it. I guess it was mold. I was like, y'all want us to eat this?
Yeah.
What is it? Yeah, I'm sure pesto. That was pesto. Man, that was a spicy salad. But pesto on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Come on now. That's not right. But hey, it is what it is. You rather go back and I have to wash my clothes. We had I hate saying it like this, but we had a toilet in my cell. So when it was time to wash mainly my socks, I would take my socks and with the clean water, the commode was already
flush it, clean water, so-called clean water.
let it soak in there and stuff like that. So get like one little teeny tiny swipe of soap and but we got people who saying like, no, that wasn't bad. Eating dry noodles isn't. Now my wife can tear up some dry noodles. I don't see how she eats them things like just chips. And I'm just watching her the other day. I'm like, ugh. You don't even have the season pack on it. Ugh. No ketchup, no hot sauce. Look, am I lying? It was it's that okay. What did it say? We'll find an excuse. So no, that was the thing though. She pretty much had the thing of where she, not her, but where people have that mindset of, I'm going to go back. I want to go back. I was living good over there. And that's sad. They're comfortable in their mess. All right, almost done. Part 6, sometimes anger is necessary. People will probably disagree with me when I say this, but sometimes anger is necessary. I'm not promoting reckless rage or anything like that. I'm not promoting violence. I'm not promoting anything. But I'm for real. If the Most High can get angry, if Christ can get angry, sometimes we have to get angry. We have to get angry at the situation, right? I'm pretty much teaching like a righteous dissatisfaction. Let's say it like that. Christ cleansing the temple. Christ became angry at corruption that was going on. And when he became angry, tables was flipped. Backs were whipped. Bars. And he was getting it in. He was whipping those folks off. Get out of here with that mess. And how dare you do this? And all this other, back then I can only imagine like the words. But because some things should upset righteous people.
Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Some things should upset us to the point where it's just like, F it. No, this stops now. This is not right. This is out of order. My God is the God of order. And if I serve him and I'm under him and we're supposed to be like this and you're out of order, you either get in order or you get out and keep that mess out. As for me and my house, we are going to what? We are going to serve the Lord. That means we're going to do things in order. That means we are going to do things of righteousness. We're going to do it the righteous way. There is a difference between destructive anger and transformative anger. Destructive anger basically is that one that you get mad and you go off and start punching walls, right? You throwing things down, blame others, and always complaining. The transformative anger basically is the one where change is actually happening. You change your habits, you change your diet, you change your company, you like the company that you fellowship with, you change all of that. I don't like gossiping, so I'm not going to have these people who gossip all the time. If they're not following the rule of we're not supposed to gossip, guess what? I'm just going to set you over here and go from there. You change the way you speak, the way you talk. I don't talk about these things anymore. I don't allow it. You change the direction that you move in. I need to change my direction to get to that way. That is where the anger is supposed to do. So there is a big, huge difference between destructive and transformative. And the anger that we use is going to be the one that transforms, that gets things done the righteous way.
Ephesians 4:26, be angry, sin not.
Right.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Right.
On your wrath, yeah.
Don't dwell on it. Don't sleep on it. Get something done about it.
Do something about it.
To get it done.
Sin not. Yeah,
Right. Sin not.
If you angry, that righteous angry.
Right.
Cause you not to sin.
Right.
It should cause you not to sin.
Perfect.
To do it. And that's doing something about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your behavior. Man.
Part 7. And this is the last one, like I said. This is called the prodigal son moment. The prodigal son moment. The turning point comes when somebody says, I'm done living like this. I don't know if y'all remember the story. I love that. When I got the real revelation of the prodigal son, I was like, man, this is beautiful. This is super beautiful. It wasn't just a father and son kind of thing. This was Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, but I'll get on that later. This is the turning point, though. You're saying, I am done. I am not going to go through this anymore. But you're actually done, or should I say actionally done. Let's read Luke 15. No, we don't have to read it. I'll just go through it. In Luke 15, the prodigal son is changed after becoming, broken enough. And he eating through that slop. And I had to talk to my son about this. I think this was a couple days ago or whatever. Like, you've been eating through that slop. Was that a couple days ago? Like, you were eating through the slop. Do you know that? And I went up and upped it up a little more. I changed it from the pig slop to the hippo. Because I don't know if y'all studied it. I should have showed y'all this video. A hippopotamus, when they crap, I'm not trying to stop laughing. When they crap, their tails slew and they throw their poop around. And they throw it around because they're in this big thing of water, and they just slather it around. And the poop just sits there. It sits there. And when the sun is out in the summertime, that whole little pond that they're in, it dries up. And they don't do nothing about it. They just stay there. They stay there and they continue to drink from there. When it dries up, they march in there. They'll walk around in it. And I'm like, ugh. And all that poop that's there is parasites. That's all kinds of bugs and stuff going in there, and they're eating that. And when they are in the water, they have to hold their mouth a certain way, but it's open wide like that. So anything can just drop in their mouth. So the water coming up, just laying it, they can't do nothing about it. They don't have arms to dig stuff out of their mouth. So it's all that crap literally in their mouth. They have like little birds that will come and pick stuff out, but they don't get it the way that they ain't bringing no Clorox bleach or anything like that. And spray. Let me get the Lysol and here's a toothbrush, hippo, and they're not doing that.
An adult hippo can produce over 20 kilograms of poop in a single day. What's even crazier is that when hippos poop, they violently spin their tails, flinging feces everywhere like a sprinkler system. And once the dry season arrives, more than 800 hippos are forced to squeeze into the same muddy pool. The amount of waste produced every single day is simply unimaginable. In just a few weeks, this tiny pond is transformed into a massive open-air sewage pit. Under the brutal 40-degree heat, huge amounts of feces begin fermenting rapidly. The process quickly drains oxygen from the water, while releasing toxic gases like hydrogen sulfide and ammonia. Fish and smaller creatures in the pond begin dying one after another. The entire mud pool turns into a lifeless dead zone. But even in conditions this horrific, hippos still refuse to leave, because for hippos, whose bodies have no sweat glands and almost no hair to protect their skin, leaving the mud is basically a slow death sentence. The blazing sun can quickly crack their skin and send their body temperature out of control. To survive, hippos have no choice but to soak themselves in the foul-smelling mud. This disgusting sewage swamp has become their final refuge, and in order to claim deeper, cooler spots, must constantly fight each other. They open their massive jaws, revealing tusks nearly 30 centimeters long, while letting out deep growls to intimidate rivals. But sometimes, opening their mouths too wide creates another problem, because the mixture of feces and urine in the mud can flow directly into their mouths, meaning in the middle of a fight, accidentally take a mouthful of crap first.
This is literally what you're doing. You are in your filth. You are the dog that is going back to your vomit, and you love it. Israel is the we're the people who keep going back to its vomit because we're not mad enough to change the situation that got us in that. We see it all the time. Thou shalt not commit adultery, but yet they go and commit adultery. Thou shalt not, thou shalt not steal, but yet we steal, and we steal from each other. The big one that brought me and my wife and I into the truth was that we got to keep the Sabbath. And the fact that we have to say, what is a Sabbath and how do you keep it? So lets you know that even the Sabbath is not taught or kept, meaning that why I'm saying it like this is because nobody really knows what a Sabbath is.
Man.
It's a day that you fast. Really? But that was just somebody thinking that.
Man.
So the thing that what I'm really saying is we have all these commandments in our face, and yet we still break them. And we're comfortable with it being in our face. We're comfortable with it being blurry. We're comfortable with having to pay high taxes and bills and pay for wicked food because our food is contaminated, really. I mean, the fact that I gotta wash my grapes because of an Edomite touched them.
Man.
And let them, Edomites don't wash their hands.
Man.
Me and your real was just talking about this morning.
Yeah.
They do not wash. Yesterday, we were driving on the road. I'm doing my business, flip up, walk to and I'm washing my hands, and I'm trying to give people the sign too. Y'all better wash y'all hands, because I'm going like this. I got the soap and everything like that. Dude walks out
the stall.
Clear. You nasty mother! I gave you all the signs and warnings. So the fact that I have to wash my hands and then I have to take a towel just to open the door and play the Michael Jordan, ball up the towel and you know what I mean? Toss it in the trash. That should let you know that this is nasty. But the person that's going around in the produce aisle coughing, and then picking up the food is like, I gotta eat that. No, it's not supposed to be like that. Yeah. The poison that is in our food, y'all happy eating this poison?
And that's why if you go to a restaurant, majority of the Esau there,
right?
You better think twice.
It better. I'm gonna look behind that kitchen and be like,
if I see it's a car,
put Jake on the grill. Put Jake or Issachar, because we gonna soak them great. Give me the baking soda and the vinegar and let that But yeah, we're not mad enough. We're not mad enough. That's the curses. The smoke alarm. Think about the smoke alarm. People are so comfortable, and I was clowning somebody on it was another Israelite camp. They were teaching really good and stuff like that. But he said something like how great we are as a nation or whatever. And I had to because as he's teaching, and we get to the end, I was like, yeah, we're so great. We're so used to that smoke detector just going off. Because all you hear in the teaching is, we don't change it's like, damn, bro, break the stereotype, please, man. It take nothing but 2 minutes for you to take the batteries and change the smoke detector. You know what I mean? But anyway, we got to change that. But people, instead of it, fixing it, we just, take the battery out. That'll get it to stop. Close the Bible. That will stop warning us.
Mm-hmm.
So when the real iced tea happens, we don't know what to do in case of fire. We don't know what's really happening when we're seeing all these nations line up, buying all this kind of stuff, getting ready for war. We don't know what it is. We're just close the Bible, walk away. Close the Bible, go to the street. Close the Bible, turn up this song and vibe to this. Close the Bible, go to the bar. close the Bible, go hoarding out, at the club. Close the Bible, let me finish my conversation with sister who was telling me about sister who is trying to go attack sister at this sister's location. That is evil. So people like to silence their correction instead of fixing the problem. The dog returns to the vomit. Classic. People returns to what makes them sick. We have to have that mind frame of, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to. Y'all remember that on the movie, or well, of course we would watch Looney Tunes, and a pipe would get like a little hole or something like that. Somebody take a stick of gum and they start chewing it, and then they'll stick the gum on it. It's like, did that really fix the problem, or did it just, if anything, you caused the problem? You caused it to become even more of a bigger problem instead of fixing the problem. But that's what we do. We just cover stuff up, we close the book, and go from there. Correction is painful, but it's profitable. We have to take corrections. We have to be corrected. Hebrews 12 and 11. So we're going to get these last couple of scriptures, and I'll be done.
Hebrews 12 and 11. Now no chastening for the present.
Hold up. Y'all saw that. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard he messed up on chastening too, right? He said he did what I did. Okay. Why am I being what's the word? Chastised. I hate saying that word because I can't pronounce it. I always say, because I always say chastised or whatever, but don't look at me like that. All right, bro. I'm just trying to show that word be having problems. Go ahead, bro.
All right. It was a tomato.
Right. Tomato, potato.
Horse, cow, buffalo. Now no chastening for the present, seeming to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness, unto them which are exercised thereby. So correction is painful, but it's profitable. Whatever correction that we get from the righteous, it's profitable. It's profitable. If it's coming out of here, it's profitable. We gain from that. We don't lose when we get the correction and we take the correction. We can't always be trying to find an excuse of, why did I do this? Instead of, we should be looking at, why was it looked at this kind of way? Why did the Most High come at me like this? I thought I was doing right. And he'll probably come at you and be like, no, you wasn't right, because you actually went off on this. For instance, with me and my wife, this is a long time ago. We had a little thing of where it was the normal household, what normal husband and wives would argue about. It would probably be like financial stuff or whatever. Well, you were going to do this. You're going to do this. Well, you were going to pay for this. Well, I thought you were going to pay for this. The money's going to come out of discount. The money's going. Everything is us being responsible. It's us being responsible. This is long time ago, before truth. She was not wrong, and just like I wasn't wrong, but where she was wrong is the way you spoke. You're not wrong for wanting to have this and having this lined up and stuff like that to get taken care of, but the way you came talking, that was, and that's what the Most High wants you to see. Most High is like, no, you do have the means to do this, and you do have these things set in place, but you're not going to talk to the person that I have who is over you like this. That is out of order. And if you are supposed to be a household in order, and thank God when we came into the truth, like revelations just start popping off. It's like, dang, I was wicked and I didn't even know even for me, it's like, dang, I was wicked. I was more wicked than blah, 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 and everything too. I was in conversations and doing this and doing that. The thing is like, when we start trying to find a reason why, we're still in the wrong there. When we stop trying to come up with an excuse and just really try to look at what is the real problem, that is the part where we start growing and making ourselves
do better, where we start getting better in our situation. So correction is painful. Proverbs 28:13, it says, he that covereth his sin shall not prosper. So we see a lot of people do that. It's like something goes wrong or whatever, they'll try to hide their situation or hide whatever it is to avoid correction. But at the end of the day, you're going to get corrected. At the end of the day, I was watching this movie with my children. It's called Soul, a little animated film or whatnot. But the dude was always trying to figure out an excuse of why he should fight to come back into reality and stuff like that. And he ended up hurting more things and hurting somebody else, you know what I mean, instead of fixing the situation properly in the right way. Second Ezra, talking about the great judgment and the refusal to repent. I want to say Second Ezra. I want to say chapter 16. I gotta go back in it. But we gotta cut the whole thing of refusing to repent and just come to grips with the Most High is going to deal with us. He gave us a situation. He put us in a situation. Either you're going, how they say it, die or flight or die, fly or flight. What do you say?
Fight or flight.
Either it's going to be a fight or flight situation. Right now we're in a fight or flight situation. I keep saying fire flight. Fight or flight situation. Right now, the Most High let us go. And it's like, all right, I don't know. My father taught me how to swim by taking me and throwing me into the beach water. And it's like, go. There's a lot of tries. He wouldn't let me drown. But if he saw that I'm literally trying, and I'm going under, he's like, all right, got you. Go again. You know what I mean? Like, dang, your dad was cruel. He's like, no, he's trying to show you, like, you got that fight in you. We got that fight in you. If we are tired of the situations that we are living in, it's a fight or flight situation. Either you are going to fight to get out of it, or you're going to stay in your comfort zone and, be ye doers of the word. We already brought that out. The thing is, we can't just be listening to these scriptures when we're writing them down. We can't just, oh, that was nice. That was nice. I'm going to put this in my little, no, you got to go back over it and read it. And like, how does this apply to me? Right. And you can't be looking at this, well, I'm more righteous than these, blah, blah, blah. There is nothing wrong with me. That's your first mistake right there.
It is a two-way sword.
It is a two-way sword.
Both ways.
And the way that's pointing at me is harder than it is at you, because we know better. Sirach 5:7, this is the last scripture.
Sirach 5:7. Make no terror to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
So we have to stop delaying the change. We have to stop coming up with excuses of why I won't change, instead of going off on the reasons of why you will and shall change. Like, seriously. So we have to do everything that we can to get out of this state of sickness. Some people are going to listen. Some people are just going to lay down. But this time when Christ comes, he's only taking those who listen. Right. He's only taking the ones who fought. The ones I'm fighting to do better. He's taking those who are changing his ways, who is in the works of repenting and all this other kind of stuff. Some of us pray for change while protecting things that destroy us. We can't be doing that. You can't be praying, God, I want to quit smoking, but you go and smoke. You go and buy cigarettes and have cigarettes always laying around you. God, I want to quit looking at these videos that I'm not supposed to look at online, but yet you have the whole entire world, how you say it, World Wide Web at your disposal, ungoverned. You can't do that. You gotta have some boundaries. Some of us cry about us being in bondage while feeding the chains. That's crazy, right? Some of us say we hate the outcome, but secretly we love the habits that producing it. I don't like looking like a drug addict, but for some reason I keep this stash just in case. Just in case. I remember when I was getting ready, well, I was trying to quit smoking weed and stuff like that. I was like, just in case. I'm gonna have this just in case. This is gonna be my. I've had it all, so I'm gonna keep this this little. It ain't nothing but a little dime set or whatever, you know. And I'm just gonna hide it from myself, and if anything was to ever seriously happen, I know I can just go. I had to get rid of that, man, because I started learning different things. Is like, dang, this is wrong. When coming into the truth, learning is like all the weed got to go. We were so zealous, we threw out all of our movies. We were like, this is promoting this, and this is promoting this, and this is promoting this, and this is promoting this. We threw all that. We took all my wife's pants and burned them.
Sometimes that's what it takes, for the
Sometimes
community.
that's what it takes, right? But
actions speak louder than words.
Not knowing though how great of a sower her and her daughter is going to be, is like, dang, we could have made skirts up. Now we got to go to these wicked ass stores. But the thing is like we were so zealous. Sometimes that zealousness, as what you said, Cornelius, sometimes that is what it takes. Man. We come to the truth. Yeah, all of this got to go. All of this got to go. I don't want to be in this situation. All of this got to. And people are going to be like, oh, you're over righteous. Nah, I'm preventing, because we were talking about that, right? We were talking about being pro-actors instead of reactors. I'm pro-acting, I don't want to fall back. So we're not going to make excuses to keep our bad habits around us. Until we become truly disgusted with destruction, we will keep returning, like that dog returning back to its vomit. So maybe the problem is not that we are weak. Maybe the problem is just that we were not mad enough yet. Right. I'll leave this at Hosea 5:15, and I'm done. Right.
Hosea 5:15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
What?
And seek my face in their afflictions. They will seek me early.
So I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense, until they acknowledge their actions of why they are going through what they're going through. Until they acknowledge all of that, you can't acknowledge and have be finding an excuse. You can't be doing that. You got to be really looking at yourself and be like, nah, I effed up. I ran my mouth when I shouldn't have ran my mouth. I did this when I shouldn't have been doing that. Until we do that, and then seek the Most High's face in the affliction, that's when he's going to turn and be like, all right, I will hear you. I will hear you, because you're coming at me with nothing on your plate. Meaning you're coming at me with no excuses. You're coming at me with, all right, here's the real deal, and I can work with you. I ain't trying to work with you and you got all this rust on your parts. I ain't trying to work with you like that. That rust is an excuse. So again, maybe the problem is we just ain't mad enough.